Jai Narayan, dear students, I hope you all are fine. Stay home, stay safe. After the vacation, this is our first class. So now we have to move on with our studies. And CBSE has already deleted many of the chapters for which you are having the information. But now we have to start on with our curriculum, and the next chapter in that is Ranga's marriage. Today we'll start this chapter only, and this is from our supplementary textbook, that is from Snapshot. So now I request all of you to open your book. So students, we have to start on with this chapter, Ranga's marriage, and it is written by Masti Venkateshwar Iyengar. Here it's about the author. Miss Masti Venkateshwar Iyengar was a very well-known writer of Kannada language, and he was a very good Kannada writer and was honored with Gyanpith Award. This award is the highest literary award honor which is given to any Indian. Now comes about the characters. In this chapter, we'll come to meet with 4 characters. The first is Ranga. Ranga is the son of an accountant. He gets education outside his village at Bangalore, but he has not changed much. When he returns, as he follows the traditional courteous behavior towards his elders. However, Ranga's view about marriage are totally non-traditional. The narrator's strategy at last succeeds in making him agree to the traditional arranged marriage. The second character is Shyama. Shyama is the narrator of this story. He is Ranga's neighbor. He is impressed by Ranga's cultured behavior and plans a strategy. Takes the village astrologer into confidence and finally makes Ranga agree to marry the 11-year-old orphan named Ratna. Ratna, the third character. She is an 11-year-old orphan girl who is staying with her uncle, and the name of the uncle is Rama Rao. She is very pretty and sings in a very melodious voice. She also knew how to play the veena and the harmonium. She impresses Ranga so that he changes his view on marriage. And the last character is Shastri. Shastri, he is the village astrologer who plays his role to perfection, as tutored by Shyama, the narrator. But he does not want to be treated badly and tries to assert his knowledge of Shastra when Shyama tries to make fun of him. Now is about the story. Here, the story it revolves around Ranga, the accountant's son, who got the opportunity to go out of the village to study. The narrator takes you through a journey where he changes Ranga's perception about marriage, how he staged their union with the help of a Shastri, and what role English has played in their village. So the entire story involves funny instances and references, for the narrator had made sure your mind stays occupied with the story. Now, students, as you all are having book in front, open the book and see the first paragraph. In the first paragraph, the narrator expects the reader to be questioning on the simplicity of the title Ranga's marriage. He feels readers might be thinking of fancy titles like Ranganathan Vivah, Ranganatha Vijaya, or Girija Kalyana. He later on clarifies that although he had options of keeping such elaborate names, but the reason why he chose the basic and casual one is because the story is about a very common man, and that also Ranga. So he's telling about our Ranga, as in someone who is very close and dear to him. They live in a village called Hosahali in Mysore, and not many people knew of it. And the narrator does not blame them because there is no traces of it in the geography book. Even the Englishmen, they have no idea about the place. But they are also not to blame because our citizens too are completely ignorant about his village. He refers to the people as sheep who blindly follow each other and do not use their logic or brain to justify or invent things. At last, he feels the cartographer is also not to be held responsible. As a result, there is no trace of their village on the map. Now, all of you open the second paragraph. Here, the narrator feels apologetic for getting carried away and deviated from the topic. He then again throws light upon the significance of the village, Hosahali. He says it is just as important as Mysore is to India, Kari Gabdu to a festive meal, and filling is to Kari Gabdu. Thus, he can't highlight its importance anymore. Not only him, but the doctor named Gunda Bhatta feels the same. The doctor has been to many places except England, but he still loves Hosahali. However, an outsider might contest this, but the narrator claims to stick to his opinion of the place. Then he tells the reader about their special mango trees in the village, whose mangoes are famous for their special quality. He is telling that he once took the fruit at home to make chutney, and after that, everyone suffered from a bad cough after eating it. He is telling it was only when he went to see the doctor that he told him about the quality of mangoes of Hosahali. The narrator asks the reader to take a bite and assures that the sourness of the mango will be felt by them till the top of their head. Here he's saying till Brahmarandra. In the next paragraph, he then tells the reader about their special. He's telling about the special creeper. So here he's telling not only about the mangoes, he's telling that everything in and around his village is remarkable. The creeper growing in the pond are also very remarkable, and its flowers they are treat for an eye. So he's telling that one can even serve afternoon meal on the leaves of those creepers, which you can take back when you are on your way to take a bath to the pond. So after speaking highly of his village, the narrator says that if anyone wishes to see for himself, one must contact him. He will help them to reach out to his village. Also, he feels that there is no better way to know a place than to visit it.